Welcome. My name is Catherine. In this video I'm going to start showing some records from 1980 and 81. The first record this is Third World A Rise in Harmony. So I found this at my local record store in the new arrival bin, and I had no idea what it was. But the artwork on the front and the back cover caught my attention. But they do have a listening station upstairs, so I was able to listen to it before I brought it home, and I decided I liked this. But I had to do my homework when I got home to learn about this band because I didn't know who they were. So this is what I found. Third World is a Jamaican reggae fusion band formed in 1973, and their sound is influenced by soul, funk, and disco. In their early days, they primarily played in Jamaican hotels and nightclubs, and they had a big opportunity when they performed as the supporting act for the Jackson 5, and they performed at the Jamaica National Stadium in 1974. And they eventually signed to Island Records, and their first self-titled album was released in 1976. And then after that, they were the opening act for Bob Marley and the Wailers when they toured Europe. And the record I showed was their fifth studio album, and it failed to chart in the UK and the USA. So maybe that's why I never heard about it on the radio where I live. So I did make an extra film clip to show you guys this record and the artwork. So I'll show that to you now. Track listing. I see Jah Glory in the morning sun. I'll show you the record. It's on the Blue Island label. Now there are 11 tracks on this album. They're mostly original songs. There's a couple. One is a cover. The second song, Stand, is from Sly and the Family Stone, and it sounds pretty similar. And the third track, Visit from Mozambique, is the national dance troupe of Mozambique. It's a African folk song, and it's sang in an African language, so that's really interesting. And overall, it reminds me of Earth, Wind, and Fire with some reggae mix and a little bit of funk and soul. And if you know anything about this band and their other albums, or seen them or have experience, please share in the comments what you know about this band. That'd be wonderful. And I did look it up on Discogs. He sold it to me for $3. The medium price is $4.50, and mint condition one's about $12. So I feel like I got a deal on this record. And it's something new and interesting for me. The second album I'll show today is Styx Paradise Theater. It's their 10th studio album. It was released January 16th of 1981 on A&M Records. This is Styx's most successful album, and it went 3 times platinum in the United States. It spent 3 weeks at #1 on the Billboard album charts, non-consecutively, and that was during the months of April and May of 1981. Now there are 4 singles on this album that were charted on various charts. Our first song is The Best of Times, written by Dennis DeYoung. It reached #3 in the Billboard Hot 100. Song number 2, Too Much Time on My Hands, was written by Tommy Shaw. It reached number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100. The third song, Nothing Ever Goes as Planned, was written by Dennis DeYoung. It reached number 54 on the US pop charts. 4 is Rockin' in Paradise. It was written by DeYoung, Shaw, and James Young. It went to number 8 on the top rock charts. And this album is a concept album. On the front cover, it shows the opening of Paradise Theater in Chicago in 1928. And on the back, it's closure in 1954. And this is used as a metaphor for the problems that were happening in America during the late 70s and 1980s. And this is a gatefold. So I'll open it up and show you a little bit here. It's got a picture of the band on it. And we got some lyrics and credits down below. So one thing's unique about this original pressing is etched on the vinyl is the name of the band Styx and some of the artwork that's on the front cover. So I tried to take some photographs to show you this in better detail. So I'll show you those now. So overall, I think this is a really fun album to listen to. My favorite tracks are the singles Best of Times and Too Much Time on My Hands. So let me know what you think of this album and share that in the comments. The third and final album I'll show today is the Best of Blondie. This is a CD reissue. It was originally a record and cassette tape released in October of 1981 on Chrysalis Records. So this has the US track listing, and the US and Canada had the same track listing. The UK and other countries had a different track listing with 3 other songs that charted well in their country but not in the United States or Canada. The album peaked at number 4 in the United Kingdom. It peaked at number 30 in the US and it went to number 1 in Australia. And it was the first number 1 album for Blondie in Australia. So there's 12 tracks on this CD. On the back there, I'm sure this is familiar to many of you. But there are some things to know about this album, because it's good to have their originals like Parallel Lines and Americana. So Heart of Glass is a remix from the original album version that was on Parallel Lines. Rapture is edited, it's a little shorter. And Call Me is on here, the theme from the movie American Gigolo, which was released as a 7-inch non-album single, so it's kind of like a bonus track. And for me, this CD just gives me the greatest hits of Blondie. I mean, I like so many of these songs. I'll just look at these here and name them off. So, of course, Heart of Glass. I like Dreaming, Tide is High, Hanging on the Telephone, One Way or Another, Call Me. And those are my favorites. And I just think it's a good compilation. And I did see Blondie last year and it was a good show. So that's our video today, the beginning of me showing 80s records I haven't shown yet. I want to say thank you for watching, and thank you to my new subscribers. I've had a few recently new subs, so I appreciate that. And of course my longtime subscribers, I appreciate you all as well, and anybody who watches my videos. Leave some comments about these albums, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Take care.